She cannot take in what is happening in the gray and fading light. Someone's come up to Raleigh, who is so calm and still from the waist down. But his face, that face where she sees her own heart beating, is full of something dreadful. The doctor has arrived. Well, he's the veterinarian, and he says, "Clara, I'm giving him some morphine for the pain." And she watches as the needle goes into her baby's arm, that sweet, supple muscle, so golden from the sunshine that has always poured down on Raleigh. His pants are soaked with rust, and what is it? What does she see? And Rennie wails with the horror of seeing two train cars joined, with Raleigh in the middle, the hitch from behind clamped into the hitch in front. Through her son's flesh, his ribs, his spine. But he's alive. She takes it in, while Raleigh babbles about picking up loose coal to bring home for the fire. Just a little extra fuel because everyone is making do. And firewood in Iowa? Well, they burn dried corn stalks before they take down wood, which keeps the fierce prairie winds off the crops during the drought. One train rolled into the other, and Raleigh right there. The doctor looks at her with pity. And what the hell is that man doing? "Save him!" she screeches. "Pull it out! Pull it out!" And she sees that the joined hitches are spattered with blood and bone and skin. And it's a bolt of understanding, and she buries her face in Rennie's little body while it lands on her, that her boy has been half crushed. And that if the trains are unhitched, just what that means. She falls to her knees, sobbing, and Raleigh still screaming his apologies for causing her any trouble, and she cannot face it. Her own mother, Margaret, arrives then, from over Memory Way, the town that was the town before New Market, and Margaret pulls up in a trap and stills the horse, and climbs out into the mud and bloody pool that surrounds Raleigh, and she says, very quietly into the boy's yelps, "Stop." And Clara stops too, and so does Rennie. Margaret, who was 5 when she helped her father saw the legs off soldiers at Antietam, and who once carried a poxed baby born dead, its mama a Union nurse who wasn't more than Raleigh's age, to a grave for all the smallpox victims and tossed the poor thing, in. Margaret is from a century where horrors have been seen and born and buried. By the thousands. Raleigh hiccups and goes silent. Margaret says, "Hank, please do give Raleigh a little more of that." And she points at the syringe, and the doctor does. Margaret says, "Can someone please go ask the butcher to fry up a chop, and maybe some vegetables and bring them here? Oh, and ask his wife if she's got a nice slab of pie or cake to send along too." And a young girl, about 10, stops sobbing and runs in the direction of the main road. Margaret says, "May we have some laudanum?" And the pharmacist, standing near and knowing no bandage could ever stem that bleeding, dashes back in the direction of home and his cabinet. "Whiskey, too!" she calls in the direction of his receding form. Margaret says, "Can someone go down to the Methodist Hall and see if the rector is there? If he's not, check the pool hall."